Now, what I want you to do, have 14. So with your partner, please. Pair up with somebody. One of you is going to be A, and one of you is going to be B. A, I want you to answer this question. You have 90 seconds, and then we'll change, and B can do for 90 seconds. Okay? Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yes.
So A and B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. A is going to go first. Are you guys ready? Okay. 90 seconds for A. Ready, steady, go.
What option are
Please change. So B is going to speak now. Remember, guys, the examiner doesn't ask each question. The person has to speak about it. Okay? All right, all in one go. No questions like that. Just all speak in one go. Ready, steady, go. All right, okay, thank you very much. Okay, right. How was that?
Too slow.
Too slow?
Yeah.
You mean like you had
Too much time to express the ideas.
Okay, so first of all, who thought there was not enough time? Yeah, who thought not enough time? Okay, and who thought too much time? and who thought perfect? 90 seconds is amazing. Okay, well, the good news is that was 90 seconds, so you're going to have an extra 30 seconds to speak for, but I want to give you 90 seconds so you can kind of see the halfway point. Okay? What I want to do is get some examples, and then I want everybody to talk about some problems they have. So, first of all, does anybody want to give it a try? Do we want to try this?
So what's the topic?
This, same one.
Oh no. In speaking class, you should say as much as possible. Nói như là
Yeah, my voice is boring. I want to hear yours. Okay, let's have. Alright, are you ready? So I'm going to introduce it so you would have the time to think about it. Okay, so now we go to part 2. So I'm going to describe a situation to you. I just want you to talk about it for 1 or 2 minutes. So I want you to describe the process of getting a job in your country. You should say what options are available to a job seeker, what documents are usually required, what stages are involved, and explain how this process could be improved.
Alright, in my country, I think there is a better structure for anyone to get a job. But first, if you are a university graduate, you will have you will have so many jobs to choose from. But if you just a high school graduate, so maybe the chance to get a job or it will be harder for you to choose a job. And there's a lot of documents that are required when you want to apply for a job. But I think it may be your degree first, and then CV or resume. It would be great if you have any certificates as well. A cover letter may be required. There are several stages that will incur. That is information. First, you find information about the job opportunities, and then you will apply for a job. You have the documents required, and if your documents are qualified, then you go for the interview. There may be some interviews, of course, and then after you finish all the interview, maybe you will experience some training time before you can really get a job. And as my point of view, I think that the process of getting a job should be simplified.
Okay, thank you. Alright, okay, let's give a round of applause. Okay, so, okay, how was that?
The last point I just said.
Yeah, there wasn't too much about this one, but to be honest, I mean, you got to that point. I was worried you weren't going to get to it, but at least you said something about it. I like the introduction at the beginning, and like I say, you covered all the points. You used some different words like and some other words I can't think of now, but there were some good words there. Fluency wasn't too bad. A little bit stop-start, but overall I thought it was quite good. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was alright. I would maybe spend a little bit more time and able to conclude. But yeah, okay. Thanks very much. Does anybody else want to try? But what experience?
So it was quite an experience.
Quite an experience. There you go, quite an experience. I want to try an experience. An amazing experience? Fun experience? Yeah? Good experience. Anybody?
It was tense.
Want to try?
Okay.
Okay, alright. I won't say the question again, but you can go. Ready, steady, go.
Yeah, in our country, if you want to get a job, you can go to the internet and seek some opposition for you through the internet. So you can read about some advertisement about the job. You can get some information about the opportunity you are seeking, such as about the salary, about environment, about the opportunity for you can get in that job. And if you want to work for that company, you have to prepare some documents such as CV, profile, and all of your degrees such as foreign language degree and your knowledge, background degree. And then you give all of the document through the email or through the Google or some many other way to the interviewer. And then after interviewer reviews your document, they will call you to have an interview at the company. And after then if they feel you are suitable with that job, you will have a meeting to get a contract to go into the company to work. And I think that process is good, but we can have improved by something great, such as the job hunter can talk to the employee who they will introduce their friend or some people they know good about that suitable for that job. That's work. Okay, thank you.
Okay, right, thank you very much. You had 2 seconds left. Okay, great. Okay, so again, that was a good length, and just a way to finish it up. Covered all the points. Maybe a few more linking words would be good. But again, your fluency is quite good as well, and you covered the points, went into some detail. Okay. Because 2 minutes is not a time we usually work with, I recommend that if you have some opportunities to practice speaking at home for 2 minutes, just practice speaking about anything, an easy topic about your family, about what you're doing. Just speak for 2 minutes, set a timer, and see how much you can say. Some people speak slower, which means they have only a little bit of time to talk about these. Some people speak a lot quicker. You guys speak quite quickly, actually. Not a bad thing, but it means you can give lots of information. If you speak slowly, it's not a bad thing either, because it means that you can focus more on your vocabulary and sound very clear. So, speak at home. If you are speaking at home and your parents, your friends get annoyed with you always speaking and think that you're crazy because you're speaking to yourself, you can just do some other activities and see how long it takes you. Just do some other activities for 2 minutes. What can you do in 2 minutes? Can you eat an egg in 2 minutes? Can you clean your room in 2 minutes? Something like that. So you're getting used to that 2 minutes, so you can, in your mind, know how to use that time. Okay, what I want to do now, I want to ask you guys if there's any problems you had when you were speaking with your partner. Any problems you had? No problems? The time was good? Too short? Lack of time. Okay. So as I say, you will have some more time, like 2 minutes, full amount of time. Your answers for these two will probably be a similar length to part one. You talk about these for about 15, 20 seconds, about 20 seconds, this one about 30 seconds, this one the rest of the time. So you will have some more time.
Yeah. During the speaking, I cannot. I can have enough time to think about some advanced words.
Okay. When you've got time to prepare, like you're brainstorming, that's a good time to write down some words or even some synonyms for these words. That's a good time to write them down. But when you're speaking, don't worry too much about using advanced words, because some people use advanced words and they use them for the wrong meaning, or they get confused when they say them. So I think to speak comfortably is better than to speak too advanced and get confused. But like I say, in the brainstorming, it's a good time to maybe write down a couple of words. If you finished preparing, you can write down some words related to this, you can try and use them. And if you don't use them in part 2, you can use them in part 3, because the topics are similar. Any other problems?
May I sometimes
For your notes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. But just remember to be looking at the examiner as well, not like that the whole time. Yeah. But yeah, that's what they're there for. The notes are there to help you. So yeah, as long as you keep the eye contact and still the hand gestures, that's okay.
Teacher, we have to send them form to answer
So,
the sentence form.
sentence form.
Here for to answer this.
Simple.
No, cái form để trả lời cho cái dạng câu hỏi ví dụ là cái phần introduction thì nên sử dụng
It means that those kind of structural reviews, when introduced or express the idea in the
Okay.
topic card.
I don't think
I
chắc không có.
I don't, because there's just like so many questions and so many possibilities of topics you can talk about. But I can give you an example, like a sample of what it would look like. So, as I say, you would start with some sort of introduction. To kind of explain what you will talk about, and you know what, maybe I'll write some stuff down and give it to you next lesson. But it's kind of different for each situation, because as I will give you some other examples later. But there's always a similar way to answer the question, and the similar way is to use a kind of step-by-step. So something like, there are many options for getting a job in Vietnam. One option is for people to look online. Nowadays, people use the internet to find a job. Before they would use the newspaper. When you have found a job, some documents you need include CV and certificate and degrees, and you take those into your interview. The interview is the next stage of the process, and the process is very complicated. I think it could be improved by making it easier. So one way to connect them together is to find those keywords and link them into the next part. So here's your options, the documents that you need, and then for the next stage, the way the process can be improved. So you're kind of linking it together like that. We're going to have a look at some connectives later. I will try and find a sample answer or a good example and show you guys next time, or print it off. Any problems? Anything else you had a problem with part 2? Okay, we're going to do another. Okay. So as you can see there, we found the keywords. Do you speak about the assessment criteria?
No, we haven't.
Haven't explained it. Okay. Do you remember last time I mentioned it a little bit? Yeah. So we're going to come back to this in a minute because I'm going to give you another example. Okay. So guys, what I want to do is I'm going to give you another IELTS Part 2 question. And so first of all, you need some paper and pen again. And I want one volunteer. Okay, one volunteer. Anybody different? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, right. You are going to answer this question. Okay. But also, so you guys aren't so late, so you guys are still working, I'm going to ask one other person as well. Okay? So you're going to have 1 minute. Okay, so in part 2, I want you to describe a big public event that you have attended. You should say what it was, when was it held and why, what happened, and explain how you felt about being there. 1 minute, go. Okay, and stop writing, please. Everybody stop writing. Okay, can you tell us?
Interactive lesson. I am not a talkable person, and I don't have so much time to join from the public event. But my sweet memories about the big public event I attend, it is the concert. It's last year. It's how that time my friend took me with those people, and I can see that's where I can see my idol. He's Trần Lập. He's a famous blogger in Vietnam, and that day I had so amazing feeling. And until now, when he passed away, but that memory is still in my heart. And every time when I get falling, I just give her that and I feel more happier than
Will you go to that event again?
the last year.
Will you go to the event this year?
No, I haven't had enough time to, and I hope that in the next year, in the next month, I can attend another concert.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Okay. Well, okay. How was that?
It's too bad.
You nervous?
I don't have enough word about explain what I'm thinking about it. My grammar is so terrible. I think that.
Okay. Well, here you go. Like for this one, it's an event that's happened already, so everything is going to be in the past, right? Yeah. So explaining this event, everything will be in the past, and many of these questions will be in the past because they ask you about some experience that has happened to you. So yeah, a lot of it will be in the past. But anyway, for the first try, it's not too bad. Fluency at the end was a little bit, that's why I had to ask the question, but for a first attempt it's not too bad. It's good practice. I'm going to do one more because we've got some time, so anybody want to try? Okay, here you go. 2 minutes. You ready?
I myself is like to be an active girl, so I join many public events, especially held by my school. So on the 26th of March, I joined in the Ho Chi Minh Youth Communist Union's 85th anniversary at Sunday, and on that day we had the Cầu Giấy Junior High School, Cầu Giấy High School joined with us, and we hold a small fun together, and we had a lot of dancing, and especially Vietnamese traditional dance, and I think that we had a good time together, and we can make many new friends also, and after that day we all will felt like we have a big love for the Ho Chi Minh Youth Communist Union, and by I think you all know how important to be an active person in the modern life is.
Okay, alright, thank you very much. Alright. That was about 1 minute 40 seconds. So maybe I would ask you a question, maybe not. Okay? By the way, I forgot to say about yours, you had a very good introduction. I like your introduction as well. It's a good introduction. And you both talked about the topic points, which is good. Okay? I think the main things are is to talk about everything and to just keep trying to talk as long as possible. Okay, better to speak longer, too long than not long enough. Okay. Right. We really run out of time. I wanted. Okay. Any questions?
Should I say like when I don't know what to say, so like for example I'm thinking, I always say like, so would that be a minus?
You use it if you say it many times.
Yeah, that kind of
Maybe
like
maybe it would affect it if you use it many times, if the examiner notices it. Like is a good word because it's kind of a native word, the way that native people use it. But in the same way that native people overuse it, so too can you overuse it.
Should I say it?
You can use some words like so, so, well. Some people, what they do is rather than saying like, is they just make the first sound very long. So they'll say, for example, rather than saying, they'll just make the last sound or the first sound longer. And that's something you can do as well, by making the first sound a little bit longer. If it's the important word, it's a good way to emphasize it. It's a good way to think about what you will say next. And it's a good way to not say like.
All the time, maybe.
Well, I don't notice it when you speak. So I think for me it's not a problem. Yeah, I don't notice it. But good question. Yeah. Any other questions or worries? Okay. Right. So, kind of mentioned this a little bit last time, but this explains it very clearly what each part of the criteria means. Fluency and coherence, pronunciation, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Is there anything here that you are confused about? Because I think it seems quite clear. Yeah? Okay. The only thing I would say is accuracy. Accuracy is talking about the if you stay on topic. Some people don't stay on topic, especially in part 2. So just remember to you can talk about other points about part 2, like the big event, public event. You can say about other things with that public event, but don't start talking about other stuff to do with that. Yeah. Okay. And coherence, being clear, putting your phrases together. Okay. And that's how they grade you 25% for each. Okay. So this goes into a bit more detail. Who was it who was asking about advanced words? Yeah, so here we go. Using long words or complicated words. So sometimes people don't know what they mean, but maybe you do know what it means, but it's in the wrong situation. So it's better to use some words you are comfortable with, even if you